Let me ask you something honest. Do you truly believe God designed you to struggle? Do you believe your purpose is to knock on doors that stay closed, to exhaust yourself chasing things that seem to vanish the moment you get close? No. That idea, that struggle is the path to everything you want, is one of the deepest deceptions this world has ever handed you. You were never meant to search for a job. You were never meant to chase after anything at all. The moment you begin searching, you are making a quiet confession. You are admitting to yourself that you do not have what you need. And the moment you affirm that you lack something, you set the conditions to create even more of that lack in your life. God placed a power within you, not outside you. Not somewhere you have to earn your way to, within you. The power to call forth everything you need. But instead of living from that power, you have been conditioned your entire life to believe that the only honorable path is one of hard work, effort, and endurance. You have been taught that nothing arrives without strain. That is not wisdom. That is a lie dressed up as virtue. Think honestly for a moment. When have you ever truly received something meaningful through force? When has worry ever delivered anything to your door? When has anxiety ever turned into the very thing you feared the most becoming real, rather than into the thing you actually wanted? It never works that way, because the key was never in the search. The key was always in the knowing. A man who knows deep in his bones that he is wealthy does not wake up every morning desperate to find money. A man who knows he is truly loved does not run after affection with his hands open and his heart pleading. And a man who knows he is chosen does not beg the world to give him an opportunity. He walks as if opportunities are already on their way to him because in his inner world they already are. God said, "Be still and know." Not work frantically, not beg, not worry yourself into exhaustion. No. So if you have been searching for a job, stop the searching energy and start the knowing energy. If you have been chasing security, stop running after it. Turn inward. See yourself already holding what you need. Step into the feeling of already having it. Let yourself feel the relief of it, the quiet joy of it, the settled certainty of already being provided for. And when you genuinely do that, watch what begins to happen around you. Doors will appear where there were walls before. Opportunities will come looking for you, because God never told you to go looking for things. He told you to believe and receive. It is already done. Now walk as though it is. Every single thing you experience in your life is a direct reflection of what is happening inside you. The circumstances around you, the people in your life, the opportunities that appear or fail to appear, even the challenges that keep showing up, none of it is random. None of it is happening to you from outside. All of it is a projection of the beliefs you carry inside. If you can truly grasp that, you will understand something that changes everything. Nothing is happening to you. It is all happening through you. And the moment that lands in your awareness, you stop being someone life happens to, and you become the person who shapes it. From the time you were very young, you were taught to believe the answers to your desires lived somewhere in the external world. Success comes from effort. Love comes from another person choosing you. Happiness is found in achieving something or acquiring something. But what if none of that was actually the truth? What if everything you have ever genuinely wanted was already inside you, waiting for you to recognize it and give it expression? The world around you is simply a mirror. It reflects your deepest held assumptions back at you, whether you are consciously aware of those assumptions or not. If you carry a belief that life is harsh and unfair, life will keep finding ways to confirm that for you. You will walk into situations that seem to reinforce it. You will meet people who treat you in ways that prove it. Not because the universe has decided to be cruel to you specifically, but because you have accepted that story as the truth. But if you carry the belief that life is unfolding in your favor, that you are always guided and always provided for, then life begins to shape itself around that story instead. It responds to you, your thoughts, the emotions you swim in daily, the beliefs you have accepted without even examining them. These are shaping your experience right now as you read this. If you look at your life and see difficulty, limitation, or lack, understand that these are not forces from outside controlling your fate. They are reflections of what you have accepted as true on the inside, and you do not need to fight them. You do not need to rage against them or fear them. You simply need to change the cause. The source of every outer condition is an inner state of mind. Change the inner state, and the outer condition must change with it. Most people go about this completely backward. They try to fix their external circumstances without ever touching the internal reality producing those circumstances. They chase money, love, or recognition. They believe that once they finally get enough of what they are chasing, they will feel the peace and fulfillment they are after. And yet, even when they succeed at acquiring things, the emptiness returns. More is needed. The cycle continues. Why? Because they have never addressed the source. A person who feels deeply unworthy inside will keep producing situations that confirm that unworthiness, no matter how much they achieve. A person who genuinely feels abundant will keep attracting abundance, even when they are starting from very little. The outer world can only ever confirm what the inner world has already accepted. So the real question worth sitting with is this. What are you genuinely assuming to be true about yourself right now? Do you see yourself as someone who naturally draws good things into their life? Someone whose desires are legitimate and destined to be fulfilled? Or do you carry, quietly and sometimes without realizing it, the assumption that you must earn your place, that you must prove yourself worthy, that you must fight for what you want? The world around you will confirm whatever you assume. It has no other function. It is a mirror, nothing more. To change your reality, you must change your inner world first. This means becoming deeply and honestly aware of your thoughts, of the things you say to yourself throughout the day, of the emotional tone you live inside most consistently. Wishing for a better life is not enough. You must step into the version of yourself who already has that life. If you desire love, feel love now, not when someone arrives to love you, but now, from inside your own being. If you desire wealth, embody the feeling of abundance now, before a single external thing has changed. The external world is always behind the internal. It will catch up, but it can only catch up after you have made the shift. This is why so many people feel stuck. They are waiting for the world to change so that they can finally feel different, completely unaware that the world is waiting for them to feel different first. When you take real responsibility for your reality, something shifts in you that cannot be undone. You stop reacting to life and start directing it. You stop begging for opportunities and opportunities begin to find you. You stop seeking approval and you start radiating a confidence that does not need it. The external world is not your master. It is a servant that mirrors you perfectly and without exception. If you want to know exactly what you truly believe about yourself, look at your life. It is the most ruthlessly honest feedback available. And if what you see does not match what you want, do not fight the reflection. Change what is producing it. Change it from within. You were never meant to search outside yourself for what already exists inside you. You are not here to chase, to strain, or to hope that life might eventually be kind. You are here to declare, to assume, to know with quiet certainty that what you desire is already yours. And when that becomes your dominant inner stance, the world has no real choice but to reflect that truth back to you. You were never designed to chase, struggle, or beg for what is already rightfully yours. The belief that you must exhaust yourself to receive what life has for you did not come from God. It was given to you by the world. From the moment of your creation, everything you would ever need was already arranged and set in place for you. Your only real task is to align with it, to be open enough to receive it, and to trust with enough faith that it is already done. When you chase after something, you are sending yourself a message. You are telling yourself that the thing you want is separate from you, that it exists somewhere out there and you have to catch it before it gets away. That message creates more distance, not less. But when you receive, when you shift from a chasing state to an accepting state, you acknowledge that what you seek is already close, already within reach. And life responds to that shift with corresponding movement. Look at the natural world for a moment. Does the sun chase the sky? Do rivers argue with the ocean about where they are allowed to flow? No. Everything in nature moves in harmony, effortlessly aligned with its own purpose. A tree does not struggle to grow. It absorbs what is given to it and growth happens naturally. Birds do not wake up terrified of lack. They move and trust that what they need will be there. And you, in your deepest nature, are part of that same design. You were never meant to live in desperation, running after things as if they are escaping you. What is truly meant for you cannot be lost. God placed within you the capacity to call forth what you need. When you align with that, you stop operating from desperation. You stop chasing approval, opportunities, or love from a place of emptiness. You stand in the quiet certainty that all things are already moving in your direction. And when you stand there, life genuinely begins to feel effortless in a way that effort alone could never produce. The world trained you to believe in struggle. It convinced you that success belongs only to those who work the hardest, that love must be proved worthy of, that opportunities must be fought over. But look carefully at the people who seem to attract everything with ease. The ones who seem to receive abundantly without the desperate chasing energy. They do not beg, they allow. They do not force, they receive. If you find yourself in a constant state of seeking, pause long enough to ask what you are actually affirming through that behavior. Are you declaring that you lack? Are you acting as if what you desire is fundamentally separate from you? The moment you shift your inner perception, the moment you genuinely start seeing yourself as someone already in possession of what they desire, the chase ends. Not because you stopped caring, but because you realized you never needed to run. God never intended for you to beg for what is rightfully yours. Think of a parent and a child. Imagine a child asking for food and the parent saying only if you prove yourself worthy first. The idea is absurd. And yet that is exactly how so many people approach life. They believe they must earn what was always freely given. God does not withhold. What you desire is not a matter of worthiness. It is a matter of alignment. The key to receiving is in your state of being. Assume the feeling of already having what you seek. If you desire love, feel it now. If you desire success, embody its energy now. The external world is a mirror of your internal state. The moment you stop chasing and start receiving, you will notice something that feels almost impossible until you experience it. The things you were running after begin to move toward you instead. Opportunities arise without you forcing them. People appear at exactly the right time. Doors you never even approached swing open. This is not wishful thinking. This is how it actually works. The more you chase, the more you affirm separation. The more you trust, the more you allow what is already yours to arrive naturally. Release the struggle. Release the need to force outcomes into existence. Stand in the knowing that you were never meant to chase. You were always meant to receive, and when you settle into that knowing, life will begin to flow toward you in ways that exceed anything you could have engineered through effort alone. Everything you experience in this life is shaped by the assumptions you hold within you. Your world is not happening to you. It is happening through you. Whatever you assume to be true will become your reality. Whatever you persist in imagining will inevitably take form in your life. You are not at the mercy of circumstances because circumstances are simply reflections of your inner state. The only reality that truly exists is the one you are building inside your own imagination. Most people believe the physical world is the ultimate authority, that what they can see and touch with their hands determines what is real. But the unseen world is far more powerful than anything visible. Everything that exists today was once nothing more than a thought, an idea, an image held quietly in someone's mind. The chair you sit on, the building around you, the life you are living, all of it was imagined before it became real. This is simply how creation works. It starts in the mind and then moves outward into form. Once you truly understand this, you stop reacting to life as though it is something happening separately from you. Instead, you see what is actually true. Life is responding to you, mirroring back the state of your inner world. When you assume lack, you will keep walking into situations that confirm it. You will see evidence of struggle and limitation everywhere. Not because the world is working against you, but because you have accepted the idea of lack, and the world has nothing to do but confirm your accepted truth. Your mind is the projector. Life is the screen. Change what the projector is running, and the picture on the screen must change. The same principle works in the direction of abundance. When you genuinely assume that life is full, that you are always guided and always provided for, that opportunities flow toward you naturally, then the world has no choice but to confirm that instead. You find yourself at the right place at the right moment. People appear who open doors. Solutions arrive before problems have fully developed. This is not coincidence. It is law. Many people struggle throughout their lives because they live entirely in reaction to the physical world, having forgotten that they are the cause of it. They see lack and reinforce it by pouring more belief into it. They feel rejected and assume they are unworthy, which only attracts more rejection. But people who understand the power of imagination do not allow what is outside them to dictate what is inside them. They do not wait for evidence before they believe. They believe first, and then the evidence shows up. The world will always conform to what you persist in assuming, always. If you want to change your life, you must change your inner conversation first. What are you telling yourself every day? What images are you holding in your mind? If you constantly dwell on failure, do not be surprised when you experience it. If you constantly think about being unloved, do not be shocked when loneliness fills your life. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It accepts what you impress upon it and begins working to bring it into physical form. This is exactly why assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled is so important. Do not wait for things to change before you allow yourself to feel abundant, loved, or successful. Feel it now. Walk in the knowing that it is already done. Think from the place of fulfillment rather than from the place of longing. The world will adjust itself to match the new state you are inhabiting. Some people doubt this, believing that circumstances are fixed, that fate has already decided. But those who have genuinely tested the power of imagination know the truth. The only fate that exists is the one you are creating through your own assumptions. If you accept limitations, they will run your life. But if you persist in assuming the reality you actually want, nothing is impossible for you. You do not need to struggle, chase, or fight against the world. You only need to change the assumption that is producing it. Assume abundance and you will live in abundance. Assume love and you will be surrounded by it. Assume success and doors will open. The world is not separate from you. It is you expressed outward. Your imagination is the only reality. Shape it with care and life will reflect that beauty back to you. Desire is not random. It is not something you invented on your own, and it is certainly not something you need to fight for. Desire is God communicating with you. It is the way you are called toward the life that is already yours. The moment a vision of prosperity, love, or genuine fulfillment enters your heart, it already exists somewhere in the unseen realm. You do not need to struggle toward it. You do not need to earn it through proving yourself. Your only task is to awaken to it, to recognize it as yours, and to allow it to unfold in your life. Most people misunderstand desire profoundly. They treat it as a sign of lack. They believe that wanting something means they do not have it. So they spend their lives running after dreams that seem to stay just out of reach. But this is an illusion. The very fact that you desire something is proof that it is already yours in some form. If it were not meant for you, it would not have entered your awareness. The feeling of desire is the universe showing you what is possible, what is already prepared for you the moment you align with it. Think of a radio. The station you want to hear is already broadcasting, but you have to be tuned to the right frequency to receive it. In the same way, your desire already exists. You simply need to shift your inner state to match it. When you desire wealth, it is because the reality of wealth is calling toward you. When you desire love, it is because love is already being prepared for you. When you desire success, it is because success is waiting for you to claim it. You are not creating something new. You are waking up to what has always been yours. The mistake most people make is thinking they must work for what they desire, that they must prove their worth, struggle, and battle the world in order to receive what is naturally theirs. But God does not place a desire in your heart to then make you suffer for it. The struggle is never actually in the receiving. The struggle is only in the belief that you must struggle. When you release that belief, when you let go of the idea that you must force things into existence, you will see how effortlessly life can unfold. To awaken to your desire, you must accept that it is already done. You must live in the feeling of its fulfillment, knowing that the unseen is just as real as what you can currently touch and see. This is why faith holds such extraordinary power. Faith is the ability to see past appearances, to trust in what the world cannot yet verify. The moment you believe your desire is already yours, life will begin rearranging itself to reflect that belief. Some people worry that desire leads to disappointment. But disappointment only comes when you treat desire as something outside of yourself to be obtained, rather than something within yourself to be realized. You do not chase your desires. You assume them. You embody the state of already having what you want, and the world responds accordingly. You have been taught to believe in effort, in struggle, in competition for scarce things. But look at how effortlessly the sun rises each morning, how seasons change without force, how rivers find the ocean without resistance. Nature does not struggle, and neither should you. When you align with the truth that your desire is already yours, you will experience the same effortless flow. Let go of the idea that you must work for what is already given. Trust that the vision placed in your heart is not a test or a tease. It is a promise. Your only responsibility is to align with it, to live in the knowing that it is done. And when you do, your world will shift in ways that feel almost miraculous because they simply reflect the divine reality that was always waiting for you.